Mr. Liddy, when did you first know about the retention contracts?
In October or November of 2008.
Did you attempt to change any of those contracts as you did when you were at Allstate?
I asked that a complete analysis be done of were there ways to effectively alter those contracts? Could we change them? Did we have to honor them? I did do that.
And so you came to the conclusion that even though the taxpayers owned 80% of the company, and the company couldn't pay any bonuses at all unless the taxpayers had put up the money, that the contracts could not be altered. Is that what you were told?
It was what I was told, sir, but I really started from a different place. As I mentioned earlier, I started from the basic issue of risk analysis.
No, I understand that. The top 7 people at your organization received more than $4 million in retention bonuses, and the top individual got $6.4 million, and individuals and 73 employees got a total of $1 million each. Would these be considered to be key players, key figures in the corporation?
Not within the corporation, but within the unit known as AIG-FP. So just to be clear, but the top people in the corporation are getting no bonuses for 2008.
But that's the issue. That's the group that went sour, isn't it? The Financial Services Division?
Yes, and they would be some of the top people in AIG.
When Mr. Kashkari, who's the head of TARP, testified before this committee on December 10th, he said that the top people who were involved in AIG going sour had been removed. Would he have been mistaken when he said that?
No, I think he was really referring, I haven't seen the testimony, I think he was referring to the corporate level, the holding company, as was indicated at the last situation, versus AIG-FP. But with respect to AIG-FP, we've removed those people.
I understand
so
that.
Mr. Cassano is gone.
But I had asked him that question because I was questioning a $3 million bonus, which turned out to be $4 million. And his statement was that the key people that had made AIG go sour had been removed, and that this was evidently somebody else. And my question to you is that these people that got the $4 million and the $6.4 million, those are the people who were in charge of the Financial Services Division at the time that that division collapsed. Isn't that correct?
Not entirely, sir. The architects and builders of the AIG-FP strategy, they are gone. Primarily Mr. Cassano and a few other names. And we are not paying them anything. Despite what the contracts say and everything else, we are not paying them.
So you could
break
not paying
them anything.
Go ahead.
Now what we have are people who are more executors and traders, derivative traders.
Would you say an executor would get $6.4 million in bonus and 7 get more than $4 million? I mean, these are not perfunctory people. These are first-class people making first-class decisions that determine the destiny of the Financial Services Division.
Yes.
Isn't that correct?
Yes,
they have to bear responsibility, do they not?
Well, they're very talented people who are executing that $1.6 trillion book.
I understand that, but they have to bear the responsibility, do they not, Mr. Liddy, that they were there at the time that these financial investments went south, and they have to bear responsibility that they perhaps were at fault also, in addition to the gentleman that you removed, who was on the holding company. Isn't that correct?
Yes, although, sir, most of the people who were directly responsible for the credit default swaps at AIG-FP, those people are gone.
Well, then who are these people? Did the credit swaps come out of the Financial Services Division?
They did, but let me think of it as boxes. You had credit default swaps, you had regulatory capital, you have other derivatives trades. Many of these people are working the other derivative trades at $1.6 billion. The regulatory capital book, we've got that under control, and the credit default swap book, that's pretty much gone. These are people who, for the most part, worked in the derivatives, the currency hedges.
Okay,
and the interest rate hedges.
I understand that, but my question is the fact that your testimony is inconsistent with that of Mr. Kashkari, because he led the American people to believe, and perhaps he was correct, that the people who were responsible for the mess at AIG had been removed from their areas of responsibility and all new people had been put into that position. That's why the Americans are really upset over people who are at fault getting these types of outrageous bonuses.
So I think we're in agreement. The people who were primarily responsible for credit default swaps that brought us to our knees, they're gone. The people who were responsible for regulatory capital trades that have some exposure, they're gone. But the people who still operate a $1.6 trillion trading book of business, we aren't losing the kinds of dollars on that we've lost on credit default swaps. They are still there.
Those are the ones
they're the ones that are winding that book of business down.
And they got the retention bonuses.
Yes, they did.
Even though 7 of them left after they got the retention bonuses.
Well, again, they did exactly what we asked them to do. They had a book of business of several...
But they got paid on March 15th, and this is March 18th. So they didn't retain very long, did they?
No, they may have, remember, these went into effect on January 1, 2008. So those people may have taken until October to November of 2008 to get rid of that book of business in a way that we felt comfortable with. If they did that and then their job was eliminated, they got it. They earned their retention bonus.
Thank you. My time is up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Liddy, I'm just curious,